I feel it was a beautiful amalgamation of both the religions.
So Aaliya, I think our ancestors have gone back to several years, decades, maybe centuries.
Interestingly, my parents had come for your wedding.
What do you think? So,
what is the fun thing?
Favorite dinosaur. 3 words that describe you.
That time, no one knew that there's a dinosaur excavation site near Balasinor.
Okay.
At the age of 5, I was actually doing D for dinosaur instead of doing D for dog.
Okay. So I'm currently heading towards the city of Balasinor to visit the royal palace of Balasinor, that's called the Garden Palace, where I will be meeting Princess Aaliya Babi, and I would be talking with her about the connections the royal family of Balasinor had with the royal family of Rajpipla, from where I belong, and how we have evolved through several generations of being connected with each other. Her dynasty and my dynasty, the royal families of Rajpipla and the royal family of Balasinor, we have both been part of something which was called the Reva Kantha Political Agency in the state of Gujarat. And our ancestors, the royal family of Balasinor and the royal family of Rajpipla, have been meeting since many, many years. And I would like to connect with her and talk with her how we have evolved in these years, and how Aaliya has been visiting Rajpipla and I have been visiting Balasinor for several occasions, birthday celebrations, anniversaries, weddings of each other. So that's something I would like to talk with her and know more about what she felt about growing up together and connecting with each other's family. Thank you. So I'm here finally at the Garden Palace of Balasinor with our guest, Aaliya Sultana Babi, the Princess of Balasinor, also called the Dinosaur Princess, paleontologist, and here we are talking to her. What should I call you?
Aaliya.
Aaliya, wonderful. So, Aaliya, I'm very happy to be here as always. I always loved coming to Balasinor. We've had great connections with each other's families. First question I want to ask you is, you probably know I happen to be the world's first openly gay royal. And I came out openly to the world in the year 2006. When you read about me, what was your first reaction?
First and foremost, Kamagini Bhai, it's really a pleasure to have you in Balasinor once again. I think the Rajpipla and Balasinor connection is very old. And to your first question, interestingly, my parents had come for your wedding. I was in school, and when you came out in the open that you were gay, at that time, of course, it came as a big shock to us also, as I suppose it did to everyone within your family, your friends and everyone. But later on, when I kind of had some sense, I was in a way happy, at the same time proud, that probably you were one of the persons who openly said, yes, this is how I am, accept me as I am. So even today, when sometimes we talk about you, I always say that he's one person that I admire for the simple reason that he was brave enough to tell the whole world that this is me, accept me as I am. You were not being hypocritical. You were not being someone that you were not. So yes, I was proud of you for being what you are. And secondly, the work that you're doing for the LGBT community, it is commendable.
Thank you so much for saying that, Aaliya, because it really helps me to to get support from a royal like you, because you know what, we always crave for allies, and I know that from the royal family I can vouch that yes, I have somebody from a royal family who can be my true ally and who really supports me. So thank you for those kind words.
Anytime it's anytime you need my support, we are always there. As I said, I feel the LGBT community also has a right to live the way they want to, because they are also human beings.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So moving forward, I would like to touch upon a very controversial topic, if you don't mind me asking. We all know about Parveen Babi, who was a very popular Bollywood actor. I've seen a number of her films while growing up. I'm guessing she's from your family, from your Babi
Yes.
dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have heard a lot of rumors about how she passed away, but we really don't know what is the truth behind it. But if you can share something, just tell us what was the fact, what was the reality, about her.
Parveen Babi was actually my mother's aunt. And so for us, she was the grand aunt, and she belonged to Junagadh, not the main family, but she was one of the cousins. And as everyone knows, she was a very famous, very popular film star. She was, I think, one of the ones who was featured in the Time magazine's front page. And because she was very closely related to us, being my mother's aunt, she always kept in touch with us. And I think my parents were one of the privileged ones who went to her house, used to have meals with her and all. And in fact, my mother was her guardian when she was studying in St. Xavier's, Ahmedabad. So when she passed away, we got a call, and my mother and my brother Salahuddin, they were the ones who went to Bombay to claim her body, because we were the closest. And you, of course, know the controversy which surrounded her death. So there were lots of clements to her body. But I think the police, the Bombay police, and we had a lot of supporters who handed over her body to us. And my mother gave her the decent burial that she required. A lot of controversies did erupt after her death, as to she was found in such a state that I think she had died 3 days back, 3 days before and all that. But you see, she was a recluse, or she had rather turned a recluse. I have been asked this question a lot of times, but I always say that let it rest. She's gone, let her have a peaceful death. Yes, as I mentioned, she was a recluse. She had some issues with her health and everything. But in the end, she got what she deserved, which was a decent burial, which my mother was instrumental in giving it to her.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this information, because it's very important for people to know that sudden deaths like these, there could be a number of rumors passing by, but you being from the family would be the best person to disclose the reality. So Ali, I think our ancestors have gone back to several years, decades, maybe centuries. Your ancestors, my ancestors have known each other for such a long time. And I think it's good to recap, rather, from where you might remember any of your ancestors have got in touch with my ancestors, some time back. So, I mean, I don't know if you remember some anecdotes or some things.
If you talk about a documented connection between Rajpipla and Balasinor, so if you remember the classy photograph which has the Riva Kata rulers with, I think, Mr. Barton, who was posted in Godhra, I feel it goes back to 1875, if I'm not mistaken. This was, I think, the Royal Darbar.
Yes.
So I think that's how old the connection has
Thank
been.
you.
I'm sure it's much older than that.
Yeah.
But when you talk of a documented connection, I feel this is the one.
Yeah, because I have a similar photograph of this meeting which happened in Godhra,
Ji.
and it was the rulers were part of this Reva Katha political agency.
Ji.
So I think there were 6 of them probably.
Baria, Santrampur, Lunawada, Chota Udaipur, Rajpipla and Balasan.
Yes. So that's a very interesting photograph, because not many people, have that kind of a history of
Ji.
the rulers kind of coming at one point, and that also it was, I think, probably to discuss about Queen Victoria's
The Golden Jubilee.
Golden
was
Jubilee.
it?
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it that?
yeah,
Yes, I
think
think so. Yeah.
18, if I'm not mistaken.
1877.
1877, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're talking about history, then it's now 150, going to be 150 years next year.
I personally feel you all should get together and click another similar picture with all the present heads of states.
Yes, definitely. That's a brilliant idea, because I mean, the fact is that I mean, I'm on board, and I'm sure
I'm sure the others also will be.
They would be. Yeah. I mean, it would be a kind of a historical reunion from 1875 to
Today.
2025.
2025.
Yeah, very.
I think the month also was January. January 1875.
Okay.
Yeah, when the picture was clicked.
Yes, correct. So yeah, pretty much, because in those days I remember those who were part of a political agency would come together for these kind of occasions, and then of course they had that Narendra Mandal, where they would collect to meet the Viceroy of India. Yeah. But this was more. Yeah,
that was more or less in Delhi, I believe.
Yes, right. I also remember I have a photograph of a dinner party which was organized by my great grandfather in the Taj Hotel in Mumbai, and of course that time it was Bombay. And your grandfather or great grandfather, I don't know who was invited, and the signatures of the rulers were there in the photograph.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
You must send me the picture.
I'll definitely share that with you, because all the rulers who were invited to the Taj Hotel, they had put their signatures.
Okay.
Next to the
photograph.
Yeah. No, next to the Royal Coat of Arms.
Okay.
Yeah. So that dinner was hosted by my great grandfather.
Oh, lovely. I must have that picture from you then.
So again, it shows the connections between the two families. Yeah. Okay, so I think we should move on from some very serious topics like these, like something fun, isn't it? What do you think? So
what is the fun thing?
Yeah, so why not have a set of like you have these rapid questions.
Rapid fire
kind of thing, where I just ask you some question, and you just have to give an answer without thinking much about it.
And if I don't know the answer, I can skip?
Yeah, you can do that. So are you ready for that?
Yes, I am.
Oh, great. Favorite dinosaur?
I knew this would be one. But naturally, a very regal dinosaur, the Rajasaurus narmatensis.
One thing people don't know about you.
Oh, I think many things. I can't pinpoint one, honestly.
Okay. 3 words that describe you.
Exuberant, meticulous, and tenacious.
Wow. Who's your favorite royal rebel, past or present, who makes you think I could totally hang with them?
Nawab Saif Ali Khan of Patori. I think he's one person I could really hang out with.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you could make one dramatic entrance anywhere, red carpet, royal gala, or wedding, what vehicle would you pick? Horse-drawn carriage, helicopter, or just casually parachuting in?
Being old school, I definitely would say a carriage with white horses.
Wow. What's your guilty pleasure snack that's totally unprincess-like? Do midnight junk food really runs count?
Yes, I'm a midnight food junkie, and aloo poha is my all-time favorite.
What's the funniest or the most outrageous request you've ever had from someone who knew you were a princess?
I've had many, but I vividly remember two of them if I can answer. One was when someone said that, would you mind if I send you a request? And I wouldn't mind if you accept.
Oh.
So that was too funny. And the second one was that I want to compliment you for being so gorgeous before my computer crashes and a virus creeps in or something like that. So these were the two very humorous ones that I remember from the numerous ones that I got.
Wonderful. Who inspires you the most?
Mary Anning.
Okay. If you could have had dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
Queen Elizabeth.
Wow. One thing you want to achieve in the next 5 years?
One thing, I want my museum to reach the international level.
Wonderful, fabulous. So let me end by just one last question. Who do you think I should interview for my next podcast? Which royalty?
Which royalty? Well, I do have a few in my mind, but the closest that I can think of would be H.H. Maharani Radhika Raje Gaikwad of Baroda.
Wow, really? Nice, thank you.
So Manvendra bhai, after our conversation now, I want to take you to the museum, which I have helped conceive and develop along with Gujarat Tourism. So let's get into the prehistoric era.
Sure, let's go. So Aaliya, I was just intrigued to know about any particular royal customs, traditions, festivals which is celebrated by the royal family of Balasinor.
Manvendra bhai, but naturally we are Muslim royals, the Nawabs. So both the Eids are very important for us, the Ramzan Eid as well as the Bakra Eid.
Yeah.
Muharram also, but Muharram again is a month of mourning. So we do have some rituals which we follow for 10 days.
Okay.
We are Sunni Muslims, but we do follow 10 days of Muharram. There are some customs in that. And apart from that, the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad, the Eid-e-Milad.
Okay, yes.
So very interestingly, I don't know if you are aware or not, but we do have the hair of Prophet Muhammad in our family.
Oh, wow.
So which is taken out once a year.
Ah, okay.
And that is on the birthday of the Prophet.
Wonderful.
So in the morning we show it to just the family members, and in the evening it is open to the public.
Okay.
Yes.
That's really amazing. I didn't know that.
And of course we also celebrate Diwali, Holi and all also.
Very inclusive.
Very inclusive, very inclusive.
In fact, I want to share that in the Rajpipla royal family also, Muharram, the royal family would initiate the Muharram. They called me and we kind of break the coconut. And the first tazia, I mean during my great grandfather's time, of course, was from the
palace.
Yes, from the
Salahuddin also goes to the town to lead the procession of the taziyas. Ji.
So yeah, it's a very interesting mix of Hindu culture and Muslim culture. Getting
it's inclusivity.
Inclusive, yeah, very inclusivity. And there's another thing which I wanted to ask you. I was there for the coronation of Nawab Salahuddin, and I found it very interesting. While the traditions were going on, there was also a Hindu custom which was performed during the ceremony, which was very unique. I saw it for the first time. I think perhaps this is my first time witnessing a coronation of
A Muslim
Nawab.
coronation.
Yeah, a Muslim coronation.
Oh, it's called the Taj Poshi.
Yes.
So yes, being even though we are Muslim royals, as I again said, it's a matter of inclusivity.
Yes.
So we also had a Rajgaur, and the tilak was done in somewhat the same manner as the Hindu rulers. So my father was a minor when he came to the Gaddi.
Yeah.
He was just 11 months old, and his local guardian was the Maharaja Sahib of Lunawada, late Maharaja Sahib. So keeping the tradition alive, the present His Highness of Lunawada was the one who did the rituals for Salahuddin also.
Yes.
And we did both the ceremonies, the Hindu rituals also, as well as the Muslims also. So it was, I feel, it was a beautiful amalgamation of both the religions.
Yes. Yeah. So and also I was very curious when I came for Nawab Salahuddin's wedding. I saw even you had invited these African Sidi tribes to perform. So that was another area where there was.
Yes.
I saw there was some other culture also which comes in.
So the Siddhis have been an integral part of our celebrations, whether it's a wedding or whether we have played host to the Maharaja's Express or there's any big event in our family. So they were here for both Salahuddin's engagement as well as for his wedding. So we want to do our bit to promote them. We want to do our bit to enhance the culture.
Yes.
And I feel it's really very nice that the way they perform, you feel you're in Africa.
Yeah.
Though they are very much part of Gujarat, very much Indian.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you witnessed it.
Yeah, and perhaps you know that my ancestors were the one who actually gave them shelter when they were part of the princely state of Rajpipla. There's this place called Ratanpur.
Ji,
where
ji,
they
ji,
came
ji,
and
of course,
settled down.
yes,
Yeah.
Ratanpur.
And I remember late Nawab Sahib, your father, was kind enough to have been part of the international Sidi Goma
Yes, the conference, yes,
which was
I
held
remember.
in Rajpipla.
Yeah.
So, so I think there are so much of intertwining and cultures mixing with each other with so much of commonalities.
Ji.
So Aaliya, we are here at the Dinosaur Museum, and you're popularly called as the Dinosaur Princess.
Ji.
So, what motivated you to start or take interest in this paleontology?
There are very two interesting facts.
Yeah.
First and foremost, when I was a kid around 8-9 years old, somehow I was fascinated with dinosaurs. Though it was very ironical that at that time no one knew that there's a dinosaur excavation site near Balasinor.
Okay.
And at the age of 5, I was actually doing D for dinosaur instead of doing D for dog.
Okay.
And I knew the spelling of Brontosaurus and Diplodocus, much to the amusement of my family.
Yeah.
And secondly, because this village came under the state of Balasinor, I wanted to do something for the local village. I wanted to popularize this place.
Yes.
We already had the excavation site, which is considered to be the world's 3rd largest hatchery.
Yes.
So
and dino tourism was already picking up with the movies and all. So that was the time I felt that we should tap in the potential. And somehow God has been more than grateful. I mean, I'm more than grateful. God has helped me, and I've been able to help set up this museum with Gujarat Tourism.
Yes.
And today, this museum is India's one of its kind museum.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what, because I mean, so much has been spoken about this museum, and I mean, really hats off to you that you have been instrumental in creating such a masterpiece here. I mean, where people come from all over the world
Yes.
to visit this. So tell us something about this museum and like how you got about starting this museum, and today what we are seeing here, this place, how this all got set up.
As I just said, I wanted to do something for the villagers. I wanted to tap in the potential of the tourists who were already they were visiting the excavation site.
Right.
But they needed something more. And this museum was the thing.
Okay.
So today our museum, as I mentioned, is India's one of its kind. We have 16 galleries. It is educational as well as entertainment. So it's, I think, one of the second or third most visited site in Gujarat after Statue of Unity and Kutch.
Yes.
A tourist outside Gujarat makes it a point to visit this museum.
And I mean, you have also spoken about this in various talks. I think you're doing a lot of education as well to children, especially school children. So do you have children coming here and you're talking to them here as well?
Yes, so I conduct exclusive tours to the museum because this is a very niche subject. Not everyone has a knowledge on paleontology. So apart from conducting the tours here at the museum, I travel all across India to schools, universities, and museums, and also private functions where I am talking about prehistoric wildlife, paleontology, dinosaurs. So I want to let the people become aware what India has to offer. Little do we know that India has a lot to offer in terms of prehistoric wildlife. Like Asia's first dinosaur fossil was found from India, which no one is aware. We have more than 30 dinosaurs from India, which have Indian names. But if you ask any child, what's your favorite dinosaur, they say T-Rex, because they don't know about Indian dinosaurs. So my aim has been to educate everyone about the rich paleontological culture of India.
Yeah, and what I liked about you is that you're trying to empower the local people as well. Getting them employment to this museum, so that you can tap the natural, the human resources.
So one very good and productive thing that has happened with this setting up of this museum is that, with the help of Gujarat Tourism, we have managed to give employment to the locals.
Yes.
So we have brought employment to the very doorstep of these villagers rather than taking them away from here.
Yeah.
So most of the staff employed in the village, employed in the museum are from the local village of Rayoli and the surrounding areas. And to that extent, we also have women empowerment.
Yes.
So we have ladies working in the museum canteen.
Oh, wow.
So for me, that has been the biggest achievement, I feel.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not single-handedly, not me personally, but yes, Gujarat Tourism has managed to do this for us.
And how do you train them initially when they are when you select who are going to be working here?
Yes, initially some training was given to them, some etiquettes, manners, some bit about the prehistoric wildlife. We also have 2-3 men at the site whom I have trained personally in the field of paleontology, and they also conduct tours for the locals.
Wow.
Yes.
And how has it been with the students? I mean, you told me in the past that you engage with a lot of school students. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are very curious because they have only read about it, or they have only seen them in comics and things like that. So, I mean, can you give some experience or some memory which you would remember from being engaging with the students, and like something which has stayed with you in your memory?
You'll be very surprised to know. For me, I'm quite used to it. But today's children are more knowledgeable than us.
Ah,
They know more than you and me.
yeah.
So sometimes the questions that they put forth to me, they baffle me. So it makes me very happy because when I was growing up, that internet wasn't there, that world of dinosaurs didn't exist except in books. But today that child has it on his fingertip. So it makes me super happy that most of every child who comes to me has that knowledge of dinosaurs. And I'm not talking about knowing the names of dinosaurs. They know about Pangea, they know about Gondwana land. Now these are some terms which even the parents don't know.
Yeah.
So when they're talking to me, sometimes the parents are also baffled. Oh my God, what is he talking about? But then I'm like, okay, I think I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So yes, the kids, when they come and do a tour with me, they are happy because their knowledge on this subject gets enhanced.
Yeah.
And I get super happy because I'm able to impart my knowledge to them.
And have you also made something like a PPT, a PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, I do. I do. Sometimes when the schools and colleges ask me to do a PowerPoint presentation, I do that. I carry my fossil collection also to show to the children when I travel to schools and colleges. So my collection has been identified by Smithsonian Museum, Washington.
Oh, wow.
So
congratulations
yes.
on that.
So the highlight of my tour has been that, I mean, whenever they do a tour with me, is that you get to see and hold a real dinosaur egg or a real dinosaur bone in your hands.
Yeah, I remember once when I visited Balasinor with some friends, you made me also hold an egg, and I mean, just to have the feel of holding an egg in the hand, which is dating back to I don't know how many
65 million years, 65 to 67 million years approximately.
Yeah, exactly. Is itself an experience. So I can very well imagine how these.
It is actually a very like people are quite like they have no words because they are holding a real bone, a real egg in their hands.
Yeah.
So they're like quite shocked that you can actually hold a real dinosaur egg in their hand.
Right. Yeah. So I still remember that part when I actually held it in my hand. It was something once in a life
Yes, it's once in a lifetime experience.
Once in a lifetime experience, yeah. So are you in touch with other parts of the world where there are similar paleontologists?
Yes, I am in touch with a lot of the paleontologists from India as well as from the Western countries. Some of them do visit us also. They stay at the palace, they visit the museum, they visit the site also.
Yeah.
And if I have any queries, because I'm not a student of the subject.
Exactly.
I studied English literature, so I myself, many a times, I do have questions related. So when I ask them, they're more than happy to answer them for me. So yes, I am in touch with most of them.
Okay, that's nice. And have you got a chance to talk on international platform virtually or physically?
Yes, I have. I was part of a UNESCO meeting because we're trying to develop some geoheritage sites across India. So I have done some meetings with them.
Okay, great.
It's a long and lengthy procedure. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, we should have some UNESCO geoheritage sites in India.
Yes, yeah. I think that's important because I mean, this is already known to many people, but still, I think the more visible you make it to the other people, I think that way you will be able to, throw more light on this beautiful work which you have, I think, initiated. And I'm really proud of you for that.
Thank you so much.
I've always,
Thank you.
thought that, there is someone in India, and especially from a royal family, who has taken so much of interest in the subject which was there, but and like as you rightly said, this was excavated here, so it made it all the more sense that this has to be shown to the world. And I think
that's exactly my sentiments. I want everyone to know about Balasinor. I want everyone to know about Rayoli and what treasures Rayoli holds.
So, I mean, while this thing was all getting done, can you recollect any kind of challenge which you faced While
A
you
lot
were-
of challenges, in
Yeah,
fact, because here we had to deal with 3 different departments
Ah.
and we had to get them on a single platform.
Mhm.
But it was not a smooth sailing.
Mhm.
But today, if I talk about it in retrospect, I think we have managed to achieve quite a bit.
Mhm.
The government is more than cooperative,
Hmm.
and we have managed to get this museum going,
Mhm.
which, as you said, it's visited by tourists from around the world.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to having more tourists visiting us in the near future.
Yes. And in terms of, I mean, I'm sure you would have definitely have been credited with some honors and awards or something of that.
Yes, yes.
Could you throw some light on that as well?
I was given Times Power Woman Award.
Wow.
Femina honored me. Then I've also been honored by the Hello Magazine
Mhm.
and Royal Fables.
Mhm.
They also honored me for the work that I've been doing. Also, one of the awards in Delhi. There's so many now that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Nothing big. But I don't believe in all these honors
Yes.
because I want to be recognized more for the work that I do rather than get these honors.
Right.
And but yes, when people appreciate, it's actually quite heartwarming.
Yeah. No, you definitely deserve it. I mean, I know it's you have been very much involved with all these things, but definitely, even though you say that you don't do it for the honors and the awards, but you definitely deserve this, because I think any kind of an honor would give you an incentive to do even better and to see how this you continue with this work which you have been doing, and which is of course benefiting a lot of people, but it's also benefiting the erstwhile princely state of Balasinor as well. You being the descendant of the royal family, so it's very important that this kind of a work continues, and so what do you see the future of this? Yeah.
I see that personally, I want to see this museum much more publicized internationally.
Mhm.
But more than that, I want more work to be done here in terms of research,
Ah.
because this place does have the potential to unearth more dinosaurs. We will be able to find more dinosaurs here. But what is lacking is the research.
Research part.
For me, my main aim has been that we do the more research here.
Mhm.
And this is possible when we try to do on an international level.
Ah, got it. Yeah. So currently research is happening, but
No,
not
no,
not
it's
not
no,
yet.
no,
Okay.
nothing
So-
as of now.
Mhm.